I've been flying the DJI Air 3S for several months now, racking up a ton of flights across various conditions, sunny days, windy afternoons, and a few night missions. As a mid-range drone launched in late 2024, the Air 3S is positioned between the compact Mini series and the premium Mavic lineup, promising a blend of portability, advanced features, and high-quality imaging. This long-term review is going to reflect my real-world experience with the drone, focusing on its performance, camera system, battery life, flight capabilities, and a few quirks that I have noticed over the time. As of today, I've been flying the drone for roughly 6 months, giving me enough time to push it through its paces. Starting out with the camera system, the Air 3S boasts a dual camera setup that has become a standout feature after extended use. The primary 1-inch CMOS sensor, which is equivalent of 24mm, delivers crisp, vibrant images with excellent dynamic range, especially in tricky lighting like golden hour or overcast skies. The secondary 70mm equivalent telephoto lens offers 3 times optical zoom, which I found to be invaluable for framing distant subjects like wildlife or architectural details without sacrificing quality. Over time, I've noticed the larger sensor of the main camera really shines in low light scenarios, producing very clean footage compared to its predecessor, the Air 3. In addition, features like 4K 60 frames per second HDR and 10-bit D-Log-M have held up very well for post-processing, although the fixed aperture on both lenses means I have to always rely on ND filters and bright conditions, which in reality can be a little bit of a hassle to swap mid-flight. Still, you can see for yourself that the shots are able to take some pretty heavy grading without any issues, and if you want to achieve a similar look to your footage, make sure you check out my signature LUT pack, which comes with 2 conversion LUTs and 7 different looks depending on the mood you're going for. I'll link it down below, and I want to thank you for your support. Now, battery life is another category where the Air 3S easily impresses, though not without some caveats. DJI rates it to up to 45 minutes in perfect conditions, but in real-world use, accounting for wind, temperature, and aggressive flying, I've consistently gotten between 30 to 35 minutes of actual flying per charge. This is a solid step up from the Air 2S's 31 minutes and nearly matches the Air 3 46-minute claim, making it reliable for extended shoots. However, I have to say that the batteries take about 80 to 90 minutes to charge fully via USB-C, which feels a bit sluggish when you're juggling multiple batteries and you're eager to get back in the air. When it comes to flight performance, it has definitely proven to be a strong suit for the drone over these past couple of months. The Air 3S handles winds up to 12 meters per second with confidence, hovering steadily where lighter drones might wobble. Its omnidirectional obstacle avoidance, now enhanced with forward-facing LiDAR, has kept me out of trouble during complex maneuvers. However, the LiDAR really comes into its own at nighttime, making dusk flights far less nerve-wracking than with previous models. When it comes to the signal, the all-4 transmission system delivers a rock-solid 1080p 60 frames per second feed up to 20 kilometers without any noticeable dropouts, even in urban areas with interference. So it's really safe to say that I've had 0 issues with signal over the months that I've been using the Air 3S. Some intelligent flight modes have definitely grown on me with prolonged use, and one of them is Active Track 360, which is letting me lock onto subjects and adjust the drone's orbit with a simple touchscreen drag. It's tracked reliably across dozens of different flights, rarely losing focus even with moderate obstacles. Waypoints is another intelligent flight mode that I really like. It has been inherited from higher-end models, and it has been clutch for me for repeating precise flight paths or setting up a route for the drone so you can focus on another activity, for example. But I have to admit, setting them up initially can be a little bit fiddly and time-consuming. Still, overall, I'm a big fan of the Waypoints mode, and as a solo shooter, I use it on a regular basis. Storage and connectivity have also shown both strengths and some minor frustrations. The big jump from the Air 3's 8GB to now 42GB of internal storage has been a game changer, letting me shoot for hours without swapping any micro SD cards, which is perfect for spontaneous trips. This really reduces my reliance on external memory cards, and even if I forget one, I can still shoot and really have a simplified data management. When it comes to the RC2 controller, not much to say about it because with its bright 700 nit 5.5-inch screen, it is a joy to use, showing no signs of use and overall no problems at all. The build quality of the drone and its portability have held up really nicely under regular use. At 724 grams, the Air 3S folds down very compactly, fitting easily into a backpack, and its robust construction has shrugged off light bumps and rough landings. The propellers, while durable, have picked up a few nicks from debris, and I strongly suggest you to replace them when in doubt, and the gimbal guard feels very essential to protect the camera during transport. Luckily, this one is very easy to put on and off. When it comes to the noise levels of the Air 3S, they are around 80 decibels, which isn't super quiet, but the lower frequency hum is way less intrusive than smaller drones, fading to near silence when you go above 50 meters. Still, the drone is not really super stealthy, and I've received a few curious looks and attention when filming in quiet areas, but I guess I can live with that. If I have to list a shortcoming of the Air 3S, one of them would definitely be the regulatory hurdles that come with owning such a drone. Since the drone weighs more than 249 grams, it falls into a more strict category for drones that are a little bit more dangerous, and obviously they are regulated a little bit more on where you can fly them and how you can fly them. So although this is not a drone's fault per se, it definitely affects the way I use this drone, and I find myself always looking for areas to fly that are further away from the city, further away from people, further away from any potential problems and obstacles. And I do still fly it in urban areas, but I kind of limit myself internally so I don't get to experience any potential problems with it. Additionally, the lack of adjustable aperture remains a creative limitation in my opinion, something which the Mavic 3 Classic offers for a higher price. And the absence of 5.4K video, which is 4K maximum, feels like a bit of a missed opportunity, especially for a mid-range top contender in 2025. To sum it up, the DJI Air 3S delivers exceptional image quality, reliable flight performance, and a suite of smart features that have proven their worth over months of usage. The dual camera system, long battery life, and night-capable LiDAR make it a very versatile tool both for beginner enthusiasts and pros. Limitations such as no variable aperture, regulatory restrictions, and a slightly slow charging process definitely don't overshadow its strengths, but do temper its appeal for certain users. After a lot of time in the air with the Air 3S, I would call it a near-perfect drone, which offers a very compelling balance between power, price, and practicality. And there you guys have it. This is everything I have for you from today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, you already know what to do. Drop a like, subscribe for more videos on drones and tech. And there's one thing that I have to say, and that is never stop flying. I'll catch you in the next one. Ciao.